Now that you have established your meeting by creating a nickname for it and joining the meeting one time, and you have posted your office hours on Google Classroom and you've provided the different links that we need the students to have, I wanted to show you how to host your meeting. And many of you have participated in, well, probably all of you have participated in the Google Meets that we've done as a district. So you're used to doing it as a participant. So I just wanted to show you just a couple extra features that you have as the host. All right, so you're going to go to Meet. So this is the morning of your or the afternoon of your office hours. You're going to click Start or Join a Meeting, and you're going to enter in that nickname that you gave the students. Okay, so you're going to click Continue. I'm going to turn off my webcam and my microphone prior to joining the meeting. And understand that during these office hours, if there's nobody in there, then just turn off your camera, turn off your microphone, and you can work on other things on your computer at that time. It'll still notify, as long as your volume is up on your computer, then it will notify you when a student enters. So it's okay to just leave those things off. So when I join, it's going to give you that same box that we saw before in the last video. You'll see that every time. You're just going to close it out. Okay, I'm the only one in the meeting. You can see with the number 1. Okay, and so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to very quickly on a student, I have 2 student devices that I'm going to have join our meeting. So give me one moment here. Okay, so we have one student in, and then we're going to use another student here. So we are joining in the meeting right now. I have 2 students joined. I'm on the student side right now. So I'm going to switch back over to my teacher side. And now I can see that I have 3 students in. Okay, so I know I'm on the teacher side because it says that this one is me, not my Billy Bison. That is my other tab that you were seeing. All right, so in your People tab here, if you click on any student's name, you have the option to pin them to the screen, to mute or unmute. If they were unmuted, I could mute them. All right. And I cannot unmute them, but if they were, for instance, if a student joined and they did not mute their microphone, you could come here and you could mute them if it was causing, disruption to the discussion that you were having with another student at that time. Here is where you have the option to remove the student if you need to. So we want to treat this just like we would in a normal classroom, and hopefully you've read through that PDF that describes to you the legal concerns that we had. Just as in a normal classroom, if a student is disruptive, you attempt to handle it as best you can within the classroom setting. But if it reaches a point where it's becoming too disruptive for everybody else, then you can remove them if you need to, and then turn it over to the administration. Okay, so just know that you have those options there. Obviously, the chat box, you're going to want to, if you're talking with one student and another one enters, we've instructed them to come to the chat box and enter in just a brief summary of what their question may be. So you'll come to the chat box afterwards and you'll check it out to see who was next and address their question next. Okay. And like I said, many of you guys are used to using this because you've been participating, but I'm not sure how many of you have presented. In the student video, if you watch that one, you already saw about turning on the captions and how you can change your layout and things of that sort. Even though as a host you have the recording option, legally, the lawyers recommended that we do not record, and we put that in the student PDF as well, that they were instructed that they are not allowed to do recordings either just of the audio or of the video that's going on. So hopefully they'll abide by that. And you as the teacher, you cannot record the meeting. If you need to have direct instruction recorded to be able to make available to your students, then we're going to do that in another platform. Okay. But changing the layout and things of that sort here as well. All right, so back to presenting our screen. We are going to go ahead and click present now, because like I said, many of you haven't had the opportunity to actually do this, so I want to show you how it works. You're going to click present now, and you're going to pick that you want to present your entire screen. It's going to ask you which screen that you want to present, and you're going to select the one that you want students to see, okay? Because sometimes it's just easier to show them what you need to show them. So you would pick the screen, you'll hit share, and the students are now seeing your screen, okay? And on the Google Meet tab, it's going to show up like this, that I'm presenting to everyone. And now I could go about pulling open a new tab and pulling up whatever I would need them to see, okay? And they'll be seeing your screen now. On a PC, you'll have this message here, and you can hide that message. It's just letting you know that you're sharing your screen, so you can hide that. If you're on a Chromebook, the message is going to appear over here in the lower right-hand corner of the screen on any tab that you're showing the students, that it says that you're sharing your screen, and you can close that as well. And if you check out the PDF, it has a picture of what that will look like. When you're done sharing your screen, you're done showing the students what you need them to see, you'll simply click Stop Presenting. Okay, and students do have the option of presenting their screen to you as well. And in their video, we showed them how to share, and in their instructions, we provided them with instructions of how to share their screens as well. So if it would be helpful for you to be able to see the student's screen in order to better assist them, then just know that you have that option available to you. Okay, hopefully you guys already know about unmuting your microphone and turning on your webcam if and when you want to. And again, webcams are always optional, both for you and for the students. Okay, so don't feel obligated to turn that on if you don't feel comfortable with it. Now, what is so very important is to know how to end these meetings. Okay, so first off, the students are going to leave the meeting. Okay, so one student has left. I'm going to hop over to my other student, and they are going to leave as well. Now, notice that they have this rejoin or return to home option. We encourage them to click return to home, but I want to show you something. On my teacher side, okay, when I hang up, I am going to hang up, and if there's about a 30-second window. Google says it's 30 seconds, okay? There's about a 30-second window where that student, hang on, let me go back over to my right one. I want to make sure I'm in the right account here. If they click rejoin within that 30 seconds, oops, let me turn that off again, okay? We're in the comm room again. Waterford, this is Waterford's day to be able to get in and get our stuff out. So we're quickly making this video while we're in here. Okay, so the student can now rejoin. Okay, and they're the only one in here. So there is this 30-second window that we need to be aware of. All right, I'm going to get out of it as the student. And what we're going to do, I'm here back on my teacher side. So from the teacher side, I'm just going to return to my home screen, and I'm going to wait probably about a minute or two, whatever you feel comfortable with. Like I said, Google claims it's a 30-second window, so waiting a minute, even 2 minutes is a very, very safe bet. And what we'd like you to do is after about a minute or two, once you have returned to your home screen here, the Google Meet home screen, after about a minute or two, we would encourage you to join that meeting again. Now, I've not waited the full amount of time, but I just wanted to demonstrate this to you. So I would rejoin my meeting. I would ensure that there are no students present in the meeting, and then we're not going to advertise to them that there's a 30-second window, but you can pretty much be assured that if you've given it the 30 seconds or even waited that minute to 2 minutes, like I would recommend, and then pop back in. Now, 30 seconds from now, if they got back into it and tried it, sure, they could get back in. But again, the likelihood of that is very, very slim. This is the safest way to make sure that students cannot rejoin that meeting after you leave. Okay, so just really take a look at that PDF. The last page of that explains how all the steps that we just went through as far as how to make sure that we end that meeting in the appropriate way. And now I can close out my Google Meet tab. Okay, so I hope that helps you. You'll have all these resources available so that you can create a post like this inside of your Google Classroom, ready to go out next week for your students. So hopefully that helps you with the office hours. And if you have any questions, of course, you know how to reach me.